Many of us want to lose weight and build muscle. Would you have expected tomatoes? Eating an apple every day is definitely healthy. Do you know that? You want to eat healthily, stand in front of the fridge and don't know what to eat. Which fruit is good? Which vegetables should I eat? Better not to eat pasta? What can I combine? Then I have 7 foods for you that you are guaranteed not to go wrong with and that are important. They should end up on your plate every day, that's important. And there's guaranteed to be a surprise for you. Look in. Hello, my name is Dr. Tobias Weigel, and with my YouTube channel, I would like to explain medical conditions and symptoms, but also topics such as nutrition, sports, and exercise in a medically understandable and correct way. It is important for our health. Subscribe to my channel now so you don't miss out. Everyone probably knows that we should eat fruit and vegetables every day. And you hear that 5 servings are recommended, but which fruit is best for us for each day individually? Which is the best fruit for you? Banana, apple, or orange? Would you rather broccoli than salad? We'll clarify that now. Write in the comments which of the 7 foods you eat regularly, which ones you like, and what other tips you have. But now we come to the first food that can be eaten plain, on bread, in muesli, or in salad. Protein bomb low-fat quark. Many of us want to lose weight and build muscle. That's why low-fat quark should be on your menu from now on. A 250-gram pack of low-fat quark provides around 30 to 33 grams of protein. Ideal for losing weight. Proteins keep you full for longer, and this is where the thermic effect of food comes in. In the metabolism of low-fat quark, calories would already be burned. And if you want to build muscle and have more muscle, you need a lot of protein anyway. I'll go into that in this video. Check it out. There I emphasize the importance of proteins, so eating quark is a win-win situation. What I often do, I take a large glass, put a little water in it, pour the curd into the top, stir, and then I can drink this low-fat quark almost like milk. But just curds every day? That's boring. Yogurt, for example, and other options are also suitable. Just go to the supermarket and take a look at the nutritional information. Lots of protein, few carbohydrates. That is important with this food. The great thing about all of these products is that you can easily spice them up. For example, with salmon, with fruits, homemade sauces, herbs, and so on. How you like it? You don't have to eat the low-fat curd plain. In addition, both quark and yogurt naturally provide a lot of calcium and are therefore good for the bones. Tomatoes in every dish? Would you have expected tomatoes now? Probably not. You probably know that tomatoes provide lots of potassium, vitamin A, and some fiber too. Even more important, however, are the yellow-red plant pigments, the carotenoids. And this includes, for example, lycopene, which is largely found in tomatoes. Lycopene in particular makes tomatoes so healthy because the substance has antioxidant properties. I chose tomatoes for their antioxidant properties. This is what you should pay attention to. And why are antioxidants important? They help against harmful oxygen compounds, as this study shows. In addition, lycopene in the very early phases of cancer development can probably help to prevent previously damaged cells from being converted into cancer cells. So it's very important to pay attention to the antioxidant substances, so to speak. Important here, keyword resveratrol. Of course, that doesn't mean that tomatoes alone can prevent every cancer or stroke. They are not a miracle cure. Very important. However, if you eat or add 1 or 2 vine tomatoes a day to dishes, you may be able to reduce your risk of such diseases. You're always thinking, what are we cooking? You should always choose foods that have a positive effect. All in all, it makes all the difference. And tomatoes also go very well with whole grain products and low-fat quark. Go for whole grains. You probably can't do anything without a slice of bread with your meal. You can continue to do this, but it is better to opt for wholemeal bread, which is important. It's no longer a secret, you hear it all the time. Wholemeal is healthier than white flour. You should really leave them out, especially toast. One reason for this is that whole grains provide more fiber, as well as various minerals and vitamins, as you can see in this overview. Why is fiber so important? Fiber keeps you fuller for longer and reduces cravings, which are particularly dangerous when losing weight. They are healthier. Admittedly, when we have cravings, we often snack on unhealthy foods. But whole grains can do even more. In this large 2016 study, researchers found that those who regularly ate whole grains, and this is important from a medical perspective, had a lower risk of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even colon cancer. So you can't go wrong with whole grains. So my tip, about 3 servings a day, and then you'll really be doing something good for your health. So you can eat the bread without a guilty conscience. Personally, I always go for spelt. Spelt rolls, spelt bread, spelt pasta, etc. The classic apples. Apples, of course, are the classics you would have expected at the beginning of the video. Eating an apple every day is definitely healthy. But it is important that you eat the peel as well, because most of the healthy nutrients and polyphenols are located directly under the peel. Of course, you should rinse the peel with water beforehand or wash the apple properly. Keyword pesticides. The fiber pectin contained in apples saturates and keeps blood sugar levels constant. This prevents the cravings. For example, this study showed that a piece of apple before a meal ensured that participants consumed fewer calories overall. but apples can do even more. The researchers were able to show that the cardiovascular risk could be reduced by eating an apple every day. The same applies to diabetes, where apples also have a positive effect. So that's really why an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And I also have an apple with me every day that I eat. Nutrient cocktail nuts. Anyone who watches my videos and listens to me knows that I think nuts are great and recommend eating nuts. And you should, because if you eat nuts every day, you will definitely live a healthier life. Nuts are relatively high in calories, but healthy. Walnuts, for example. This nut really has a lot to offer. Some vitamins, lots of simple and polyunsaturated fats, especially the important omega-3 fatty acids. But also calcium, zinc, magnesium, potassium, a lot of protein and so on. In this table, you can see what a walnut has to offer. So nuts are important. Brazil nuts, for example, contain a lot of selenium, or other nuts. Really try to eat a few nuts every day. But not only that, nuts can also protect against cardiovascular disease, the most common cause of death. That's why I say this often. This study, for example, shows that. And why is that the case? Many connections are not yet fully understood, but nuts have a positive effect on the blood vessels and another aspect on cholesterol levels. They also reduce inflammation, and that's why my tip, if possible, eat a handful of nuts every day. Now we come to a food that you have probably already anticipated. A healthy heart with blueberries. Fruit is healthy, you know that. My tip for you is therefore also blueberries, in general berries. This study shows that berries can have a preventive effect against cardiovascular diseases. This is mainly due to the so-called anthocyanins, the substance that gives blueberries their color. And this substance or these substances have an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant effect and protect your blood vessels. So it's a little similar to what I said before about the tomato. And in the study mentioned above, there is evidence that blueberries may also reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's as you age. Good reasons to choose blueberries. My tip for berries, you can also use frozen berries, for example in smoothies or muesli, just as you like. Try to eat berries every day, for example blueberries. In addition, blueberries are low in calories and provide, for example, magnesium, potassium, and vitamins. It is also important that they contain little fructose. The recommended daily amount of berries is not yet entirely clear. And my personal advice, make sure you buy organic blueberries, which is generally important because of the pesticides. The same applies to fruit and vegetables. Rinse them well beforehand. Strong with spinach. You probably remember the cartoon character Popeye who ate spinach all the time. In any case, you are not doing anything wrong if you regularly add spinach or other green vegetables such as leeks and cabbage to your plate. Important, it should be green. Let's stick with the example of spinach. It provides plenty of vitamin B, beta, carotene, magnesium, potassium, so plenty of minerals and also vegetable iron. In addition, 200 grams of spinach contain as much calcium as a glass of milk. And the great and important thing about it is that it is low in calories, fat-free, and very easy to prepare. Ideal when it comes to fitness, losing weight, simply healthy eating and healthy living. It doesn't always have to be spinach. There are many alternatives that grow in the home garden. Pumpkin leaves, chard, nettles, and the like are also ideal. And what I always mix into my muesli, for example, kale. Here too, instead of cooking it for a long time and thereby destroying many of the vital substances it contains, you can steam it, such as spinach. Or like I do, mix it into smoothies, salads, or muesli. It is important to make sure you eat something green. This green comes from the natural plant pigment chlorophyll. Among other things, it supports oxygen transport in the blood vessels and has an antioxidant effect. Similar to tomatoes, it therefore combats harmful free radicals. And if you don't feel like eating spinach or even find it disgusting, you can also eat leek, broccoli, lamb's lettuce, or kale. The main thing, as I said, is green. That's important. And if you eat these 7 foods that I have just mentioned every day or regularly, you will live a healthier life. And that is the goal, to live healthier. So try to eat these 7 foods regularly. These are very important cogs for your health. Important, all my food tips are easy to incorporate into everyday life. Feel free to experiment, for example, with low-fat quark and berries, nuts, berries, and a little low-fat quark, etc. It should taste good to you. It's always very important not to chase after some hype and end up not liking it at all. Think about which of these measures you can permanently incorporate into your diet and eat in such a way that you enjoy it and don't miss out on anything. Thank you very much and stay loyal to me.